he and Albert Darlington did to us and the other lost children. They'll go to prison if they're discovered. But if we expose ourselves, we take away that leverage, and perhaps the repercussions won't be that bad. We're exposed, maybe studied, and Marcus is left with no reason to come after us. Everything would be out in the open. What could he do to us then? Revenge. I clenched my jaw, stopping my chattering teeth. She was right. A sane person would probably give up if he knew he'd lost the battle. An image of Marcus confronting me in the warehouse only a week ago swirled in my mind. Those cold eyes, that baleful stare. From what I'd seen, Marcus wasn't sane. More like insane, with a capital I. He didn't seem to find anything wrong with entrapping people and mercilessly studying them. But we're stronger together. We can beat him. I know we can. Somehow my tone wasn't quite as convincing as it had been the other night. At that time, I'd tried to reassure Flint that we could handle Marcus. But suddenly, I wasn't so sure. Di's lips pursed. She rubbed her arms. Let's go back in. It's getting cold. We found everyone else, except for Micah, Jasper, and Flint, in the home theater. Scents of popcorn filled the air. I guessed someone had watched a movie not too long ago. However, Father was currently replaying the news clip featuring Marcus. It had aired on TV the other day. He watched it with a frown, his arms crossed. As usual, he wore an expensive sweater and pressed slacks. Outside of the Forbidden Hills, Father never wore hiking gear. And despite looking like an aging grandfather, his mind was sharp. The sound of Marcus's voice filled the movie theater room. Goosebumps rose on my arms. In the news clip, Marcus essentially promised to find us and enact revenge for what we'd done to O'Brien's research facility. That facility had housed Project Renatus, the project under which we were experimented on as young children. That project gave us our extrasensory abilities. Father had abandoned the project 15 years ago in hopes of keeping us safe. He whisked the 8 of us to the wilds of Colorado to live in hiding in hopes of avoiding Marcus's wrath and O'Brien's sadistic practices. And while most of us weren't blood-related, we considered each other family. It didn't matter that Father wasn't actually our biological parent. He was like a father to me. For the past 15 years, Father had done everything in his power to keep us safe. Now, our safety was in jeopardy. Choosing to rescue the new 3, Susanna, Luke, and Edgar, from O'Brien's subterranean lab in Chicago, had opened a door to a long-dead world that Father thought we had escaped. Since returning from Chicago, we'd holed up in this house, trying to figure out what to do from here. "Turn it off, Father," Jacinda pleaded. "There's nothing more we can learn." My half-sister, my only blood relation in our strange family, sat on the plush couch beside Luke. Jacinda's long blonde hair, supermodel looks, and coltish legs would draw anyone's eye. As always, she was breathtaking. However, she looked tenser than normal. Her eyes weren't as bright, and worry lined her lips. The stress of everything finally seemed to be catching up with everyone. Father didn't seem to hear her, though. He pressed a button on the remote and watched the clip again from the beginning. Marcus's words and gaze chilled me as he stared at the news camera. He promised to find the perpetrators and hold them accountable for blowing up O'Brien's warehouse. His eyes were cold and dead-looking. They were the eyes of a soulless man. I remembered Marcus's cloud, not only from when I was 4 years old and imprisoned within O'Brien's cells, but also from my encounter with him only a week ago. His aura, or cloud as I called them, was pitch black and scary-looking. Marcus's cloud was as evil as they got. I still shuddered thinking about it. A subtle wave of air drifted across my cheeks when the theater's door opened. Flint strode in, his broad shoulders and strong pectorals defined in his fitted t-shirt. His gaze warmed when he saw me.
"Lena, there you are."
He slipped his arms around my waist. Spice, wood, and tangerines fluttered to my senses. I'd know that scent anywhere. The anxiety that had been strumming through me abated. The safe feeling that Flint evoked folded over me.